Hey y'all, welcome to Life on Goldman Road. We are going to get supper going. We're going to do slow cooker pot roast beef stroganoff. Does that not sound so good? I have been wanting to try this for weeks. I got a roast the other day at the grocery store. So, tonight is the night. I have a chuck pot roast. This looks good. Now, what I'm going to do, I am going to get out a pan, put just a little bit of olive oil in the bottom, and I'm going to brown this on each side. Get a little crust going on. And then there are super, super good flavors in this pot roast. Let me go through the recipe with you. And it says to brown the chuck roast as well. So, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. I'm going to use olive oil. It's just whatever you have. The roast, salt, pepper, an onion, mushrooms, garlic, beef broth, Dijon mustard, Worcestershire sauce, thyme, paprika, and at the end we're going to do sour cream and egg noodles. So, I'm going to get this started. It's 1:20. Yeah, I'm a little late. But we're going to cook this on high. It'll be fine. And if it's not tender by the time I get home, I'll throw it in the Instapot. But it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So, what we're going to do is go ahead, get our roast browned up, get those flavors started, and then we're going to add our onions, mushroom, and garlic to our slow cooker. We're going to whisk together some beef broth, Dijon mustard, Worcestershire sauce, thyme, and paprika, and pour that into the slow cooker. Put our meat in there, and we are going to cook it on low for 8 hours or on high for 4 hours. We're doing the 4. Okay, so then we're going to remove the meat from the slow cooker and gently break apart with 2 forks. Cook the egg noodles for just a minute shy of package directions. Mix in the sour cream into the sauce that's in your slow cooker that's been simmering all those hours. And then we're going to add the egg noodles and stir in the roast. And that's going to be supper. I don't know that we'll have any other thing with it. You just never know, but right now, this is what I'm planning, so we'll see. But let's get started on this. I'm going to go ahead and get my meat to browning. Okay, I just kind of chopped our onions. I'm not even like breaking them apart. It's not a big deal because it's going to cook to pieces. It's going to be so good this afternoon when we get home from the chicken house. So, that's our onions, and we're going to add, this calls for cremini mushroom slice, but I'm going to use whole baby bello mushrooms, baby bella, because I don't like mushrooms. Y'all know this. So, they're big enough that I can pick them out and Clarence can find them. Alright, we're going to do 3 cloves of garlic in here as well. Now, behind me, I am sure you are hearing our meat. It is searing on each side. So, 1, 2, 3. I will show you that and keep you updated on that. But let me get some beef broth, Dijon mustard, Worcestershire sauce, my thyme, paprika, and we're going to mix all of that together. Now I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt to this and a half a teaspoon of black pepper. Alright, y'all. Now you know me, I didn't have beef broth, and that is highly unusual, but I had the beef bouillon, beef base, I believe it's called, from Sam's. So we mixed everything together. We're going to pour that in, and oh my stars, that looks so good. Now that chunky stuff you're seeing right there is a little bit of the beef base. It's not a big deal. It's gonna cook, it's gonna melt, it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna do just a little extra water. Clean out the bowl. All right, looks good. Now, here comes the meat, the roast. It has been browning. Are y'all ready? Ooh, look at that. The color is beautiful. Okay. I'm going to put the lid on. Just like that. And we are going to turn it to high for 4 hours. Okay, y'all. It has been about a little over 6 hours. 4 hours. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so maybe 5 hours. Anyway, the roast is tender. That's all we care about, right? All right. Now, the recipe says to take the roast out. We're going to try our best, but it is fall apart tender. So we're going to get what we can. And I might have to have... Oh, hold on. Let me get something else. All right. Now, let's see. And I'll probably pull it apart. Ooh, I will doing this, but I just need, I don't really want to shred it. Clarence and I will get pieces off of it when, ooh, goodness, when we go to eat. So I'm not overly worried about the pieces part. So it is time to add in our egg noodles and, well, it says add in the sour cream and then add the egg noodles to coat and then put your roast back in. So let me grab the sour cream. Let's see. Now my roast here is still on high. And I have about a half of an 8-ounce container. So we're going to add this to it and pray it doesn't curdle. I always think about that when I add. Okay. So let's see what we can do here. I'm just going to stir it around. That smells good. Okay. We've got nice sized onions and mushrooms. So good. All right, let me grab the noodles. And we're going to add those in. Oh, somebody went on the road. House. I can hear the dogs outside barking. That's what he's fussing at. They're getting to run after something that he's not. But that's okay. And I did try the noodles. They are perfect. Not exactly cooked all the way, but they've sat in their water, so I'm sure they're probably done by now, but it's not, they're not going to turn to mush. That's what I'm trying to tell you. All right. Let me drain some of this water and see if I can get a little bit more out. All right, I'm just going to pour that little bit of pasta water in. that goes in. I have got some butter beans on cooking. We're gonna have that as a side. I was hoping it would thicken up a little bit, and I may leave the lid off for a little bit and let this steam. See how we can get it to do. But we're gonna add the meat back in. Try not to splash myself because that is hot, hot, hot. Okay. So now we have this looking good. And like I said, I'm going to leave this off for a little bit and let this steam and try to get this to thicken up just a little. If not, I may have to do a little bit of a slurry with some cornstarch and some liquid from here and see if we can get it to thicken up that way. All right, here is my plate. We've got some butter beans. The roast looks fabulous. The noodles, so good. And I made cornbread. So I am fixing to dig in. I appreciate that you hung out with me while we made that roast. It was delicious, and it was even good the next day. We had leftovers for, I think we ate on it about 2 days. It was so good, so good. That is definitely a do-over. It will be fine this winter. That was a nice hearty recipe. So anyway, I appreciate y'all for hanging out and watching and just being around. So until next time, I'll see you later.